To Kitale, we are Collins Chitiabai standing by with the latest. Collins, good morning. It's good to see you again. What's the latest from where you are? Is the plan underway? Is everything ready?
Good morning, Trevor. Plans are underway here in Trans Nzoia County. Remember, 45 governors will be sworn in today to take oath of office, starting another 5 years of devolution. Remember, we've had 10 years of devolution. And joining me is Cabinet Secretary for Devolution. You've been Cabinet Secretary for Devolution for the last 5 years. Give us reflection of devolution for the last 5 years.
I would say not 5, the last 10 years, devolution is working in Kenya. And it's a system of governance that has had a huge impact in terms of transforming the lives of ordinary Kenyans in every county in our country. And as we usher in today a new generation of governors, I say so because the majority of the governors being sworn in today are new. We only have about 8 who are there during the commencement of devolution. They have been re-elected after losing in the last election. We also have 7 women. It's a record. We haven't had this kind of number of women in leadership in our country, and I want to congratulate them. We believe that this is the team that is going to shape the next decade of devolution, and we're looking forward to working with them very, very closely.
10 years, any challenges in devolution?
Yes, there are many challenges, and the biggest challenge is corruption. Unfortunately, corruption remains the biggest enemy of devolution and the biggest enemy of our national development. The intention of Kenyans when they passed this new constitution was to devolve resources and give powers to the people to make decisions in their localities about their local economic development. But unfortunately, we ended up also devolving corruption. As we end the first decade of devolution, we have quite a number of governors who are facing criminal charges, who are accused of looting billions of shillings and creating overnight billionaires. This was not the intention or the object of devolution. So this remains a big challenge. The other challenge is the directing of these resources towards just recurrent expenditure and very little going towards development. We are urging the new generation of governors as they come in. We would like to see more going towards development, and we are talking, the law requires at least 30% to go towards development. But that has not been the case in many of the counties. We'd like to see this change. The other issue is the lack of focus by our counties in generating their own source revenue. There has been over-reliance on the National Treasury. We'd like to see the next 10 years counties doing more to generate on-source revenue, and this can be done. So these are areas that we would like to see, and the last challenge has been the issue of the bloated wage bill. We have very many counties where governors have overemployed their relatives, and you find that this is a sponge that is actually soaking away the funds. And many of the counties are actually just paying salaries instead of development. So these are some of the challenges, but overall, 10 years of devolution is working. We have a more equal Kenya. We have a more equitable Kenya, because there are areas that had been marginalized before, particularly northern Kenya. They had never seen hospitals, never seen tarmac roads. For the first time, because of devolution, we are seeing fruits of devolution in every corner of our country.
Do you think there is any law that needs to be repealed or changed to improve devolution? And also, how do we sort out corruption in devolution?
I think I would say there are quite a number of laws, and even as the new parliament comes in, there are a raft of amendments I had already proposed there before parliament. One of them is strengthening of intergovernmental relations by ensuring that the Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee is empowered to become a full commission, because the most important thing about devolution is the good intergovernmental relations. The two levels of government have to work together in consultation and in cooperation. So we would like that amendment done, and I want to urge the new parliamentarians to give it priority so that we strengthen the IGRTC. We'd also like to see more resources going to the counties. So one amendment that had been proposed by BBI was to ensure that we amend the 15% to 35% so that we have more resources going to the counties. And this way we'll be able to actually turn our counties into engines of socioeconomic development of our country. In fact, as we end these campaigns, there was talk of bottom-up and other policies in their manifestos. But the real bottom-up is devolution. One where we have resources coming down, we spur local economic development, we grow our economy from the bottom coming up. Devolution is really the answer. Yes.
How do we sort out corruption in devolution?
First of all, we want to urge Kenyans to give us a good caliber of leaders. You see, most of the leaders we are having today have been elected by the same people. There are people who are facing integrity issues, it is known, but still Kenyans keep electing them. In fact, I was reading a piece that was talking about a house of suspects. Many Kenyans, leaders facing criminal cases, have been re-elected by the same Kenyans. If you give these Kenyans the offices you're going to give them the resources. You don't expect them to do things differently. So we must start with Kenyans giving us leaders of integrity who will actually serve them and also transform their counties. It starts with the leadership itself, and everything falls or stands on leadership. The other issue is, of course, strengthening of our institutions, and that we have done. There have been reforms, and we believe that we are better equipped to fight corruption than we did before. Yes.
Yeah, Eugene Wamalwa, Cabinet Secretary for Devolution, who is also here to attend the inauguration of second governor of Trans Nzoia County, George Natembeya. From Kitale, I'm Collins Shitiabai. Back to you, Trevor.
Collins, thank you very much for that update then, for that conversation with the CS Eugene Wamalwa on the state of devolution. Let's